Make sure everybody turn on that mic, just in case. Okay. Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you. Đủ sáng, ánh sáng nhìn thấy không?
Đúng rồi. Okay, thank you anh.
I told you in what the accident.
I know. You're in the accident. Yeah.
Okay, no IEX, only LY.
Oh, what?
I mean, many American units, they are our
Yeah.
sorry.
That's okay.
Everything will be fine.
Yep. That's why we work out together.
Chỗ cho mình rồi cho nó ăn. Có ai nữa?
We are ready? Okay, a couple of absent now here. Okay, let's do the roll call and then.
Yes.
Quang,
He absented.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quang,
I am here.
Paul Sal Van Lee,
Yeah.
Nam Tran,
I'm here.
Nok Bao Chan, Fan,
I'm here.
sorry about that. Man Kong Van,
Yes.
Robert Harrison,
Here.
Quang H. Nguyen,
Quang absent.
No.
Absent.
Ao Trong. No. No, I didn't win,
He's late.
late.
He will be
Okay.
late.
And then Hong Van Nguyen, No.
Absent.
yeah, he emailed us.
Oh, COVID problem.
Oh.
Okay.
And so
let-
Conrad Gomez,
Here.
so we move to have Conrad,
So chairs, may I request the committee to vote Conrad as a voting members? Anybody want to propose that? To-
Make a motion that Conrad replace as an alternate and be a voting member.
Anybody second?
Yes. Yeah.
And second.
The chair second?
and then
Go ahead.
roll
Call for
call
roll.
vote on
Mhm.
the replacement. So Sun Chi Do,
Yes.
Chan Nguyen,
Yeah.
Shi Van Tran, Tan Kai Hong,
Yes.
Paul Sal Van Lee,
Yes.
Nam Tran,
Yes.
Nok Bao Van,
Yes.
Man Kong Van,
Yes.
Robert Harrison,
Yes.
and yes, okay. Flag
Okay.
salute.
Okay, let's salute. Okay, salute.
Salute to the flag.
Chào tất cả. Okay, step here, please.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, before we move on to the next items is oral communications, I would like to read to the committee the message from the city attorney. Oh, can you hear me?
No,
Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, I guess I have to go up there.
but it's a system problem.
Hello?
Look like the whole system is on.
Oh, system. Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good now.
Okay, good.
All right, before to go into the next item, which is oral communication, I would like to read the comments from, the message from the city attorney. The city has received some complaints alleging that there may have been communication occurring outside this committee. In violation of the Brown Act, we do not know what communication have occurred or if there have been any violations, but I thought it was important to briefly explain what is or isn't allowed so everyone knows what they can or cannot do. The Brown Act generally provides that this committee should not have discussions or make decisions outside of an agendized public meeting. This is the general rule. You should try to adhere to the general rule whenever you reasonably can, but there are limited exceptions. Number one, you are allowed to have individual conversations with other members of the committee outside of a meeting, as long as you don't communicate with a majority, i.e. no more than 5 people. Keep in mind, you are not allowed to hold a meeting with 5 members and then hold a separate meeting with 5 more. This is called a serial meeting, and it is not allowed. In that situation, you would be violating the Brown Act indirectly. So if you start a conversation with less than a majority, you can only communicate with those people and no more, whether in person, by phone, email, or other means of communication. If your actions constitute a discussion of any item under the committee's jurisdiction by more than 5 people, it would be a problem. Number 2, subcommittee meetings are okay as long as the subcommittee consists solely of less than 6 members. The committee cannot include people who are not on the committee. Number 3, there are some other limited exceptions for conferences, purely social events, and public discussions hosted by third parties. But these are probably not applicable here. If you have questions, feel free to ask. The city have many special laws that are applicable to it, which are different from the rules that apply in your normal life. I would strongly encourage all of you to complete the required ethnic training. The city sent you an email when you were first appointed to this committee, which includes a link to this training. This makes it easy for you to do at home and will better inform you about all the rules that apply as a member of this committee. That's going to conclude the message from the city attorney.
Okay, thank you. Is the next one?
We're going to move on to oral communications. This is the time of the meeting that members of the public may address the committee regarding any items on the agenda or non-agenda items that are within the subject matter jurisdiction. Unless otherwise extended by a majority vote of the committee, comments shall be limited to 5 minutes per speaker. I'll start with the e-comments we received. We have 2 of them from Bill Vetter. I am opposed to erecting a Quang tree monument in any public park or facility. This should be a privately placed structure, preferably in a Vietnamese museum somewhere along Bolsa in the Vietnamese Cultural District. I have issues with the design of the committee's monument. The concept is wrong. It's too warlike and depicts an event that singularly is meaningless. It honors a battle that 50 years later has no importance. Why did we want to honor a mere battle that became the beginning of the end of Saigon, not the end of the beginning for the fall of South Vietnam? The committee seems focused on glorifying the inevitable South Vietnamese failure to resurrect some militaristic pride. 3 months, the U.S. announced withdrawal from Vietnam, and 3 years later, its downfall. What is the purpose? Let's honor those that served and died defending the Norse invasion. As far as the battle goes, the citadel was destroyed. Here, it's preserved unscathed, a fiction. I had an email read into the minutes at the previous committee meeting, as I wish this email to be read. I watched the committee undertake deliberations from the public, and they remained mute. Shocking to see how quickly the committee voted unanimously. It was if the decision by the committee was decided outside public domain. I love the cultural and architectural of the Vietnamese people and strongly recommend private placement, but not public facility or park. It's just wrong. One does not expect seeing a foreign country's battle on American soil. Yes, the U.S. supported the South Vietnamese Marines at Quang Tri. The more I see honor taken away from U.S. air and sea support, the less I feel the monument should be placed on public land. Given the great loss of life, the monument should be a memorial to all to help bring healing. The next e-comment from Robert Harrison. Emails have been exchanged and concerns of the Quang Tri Committee depiction and display and what was finally provided in the agenda from the Vietnamese-only committee members is not adequate to vote on to further the depiction display to the City Council. Again, a Vietnamese-only email of the depiction was circulated earlier in the day to committee members, and this time Councilwoman Ho's was left out, which is good for the Brown Act. An issue about a blown up of the sides and the logos, patches, and wording where the issue was challenged during a prior meeting by Terry Raines and I think the co-chair was to work this out, but nothing ever presented. The several requests made to the committee members have gone unanswered. In addition, this depiction/display in the agenda is a slap in the face to the Americans as to those that really participated in having any victory at Quang Tri, because of the 7,515 air combat missions, the Quang Tri battle would not have happened. Then South Vietnamese President Nguyen Van Thi had to be convinced before launching Operation Lam Sun 72 that he had the superior air power of the U.S. History has been written. At the start of the committee, honorees were to be identified for both American and Vietnamese. There was nothing about division or lower, which happened to be probably tactful force through a committee meeting, leaving the depiction left to the co-chair only. Systematically, American heroes were eliminated. This has left out many American honorees to be honored. Again, this is a slap in the face of America and the freedom given Vietnamese refugees with a chance to get a good education and raise a family here in America. In the name of God or Buddha, praise those need to be honored and do not regulate America to the side which blown up has still not been provided. Even though the co-chair was given the power to create the front and sides of the monument to further to the City Council, one member should not be in charge with final depiction/display, especially when America is being excluded. The committee should vote on a complete depiction display. Okay, 10-2 if Conrad sits as a voting member. Further, if that which is passed on to the city council to vote on is what is in the agenda, it does not deserve to take up precious city parks place, because in America, parks are for all of our diversity and not for a single foreign country's battle where the country does not exist today with little recognition of America's participation. The wording on the front of the agenda provided depiction is not logically placed. They should be switched American to the left with the American flag and Vietnamese to the right with the Vietnamese side. Ever since Kimberly Ho told committee members not to respond to me, a committee member, the American side is excluded with this committee. My vote is already a no on what has been presented, and I do not want to have things represented in this meeting this coming Tuesday where the vote will be 10-1 anyway. All American honorees should be displayed to the left side, 2 rows of 5, and the Vietnamese to the right, 2 rows of 5, and 1 row of 4. Marker versus monument. This is a repeat of the December 2020 approval of the Quang Tri Victory Monument by the Quang Tri Victory Foundation. Then the coalition of South Vietnamese military forces was excluded in any contribution as to the depiction display, and with this committee, it is deja vu with the Vietnamese committee members excluding all others. I honestly have been told there is laughing in the Vietnamese community with this committee's actions. That concludes our e-comments. I know we have 1 speaker, Terry Raines. Oh, Mark. 2 speakers. First is Mark Lawrence.
Good evening, Mark Lawrence, Westminster.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, I've been absent at the last meeting, but a lot of information has come to light, like a lawsuit being filed against the city, or I'm sorry, a claim, $100,000. Now, I'm on the Measure SS Oversight Committee, gentlemen. That's the people that look at the 1.5% sales tax. If that claim is successful, or the city settles on that claim, gentlemen, do you think someone like myself, who's lived here for almost 50 years, is going to be happy with that? Absolutely not. In the last meeting I came to, I told you that I was born in England. You would never see me put a Union Jack in front of the house or anywhere else. And I think it's very disingenuous for the committee to have the South Vietnamese flag in our council chambers. Shouldn't be there. We in England do not honor the 4th of July, even though there wasn't a battle fought that day, but we call it the Loss of the Colonies Day in England. And I don't think looking backwards is a good way to go. It's the youth of our city, the youngsters. They are the future. And I think the city has been very generous with its time, very generous with using the council chambers. Measure SS, we had a meeting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the 15th of December in the Community Services Building. And yet the city, once again, has been very generous. And then to get served a claim for $100,000. Outrageous. And like I said at the last meeting that I attended, there are Vietnamese neighbors that I have spoken to that have lived here for years. They're against this. They know what's going to happen. It's going to be very divisive. And if some of the conduct of this committee is true, possibly violating Brown Act violations, outrageous. That has to stop. I think Mr. Gomez and Mr. Harrison, they all have their heart in the right place. I would support this project wholeheartedly if it was done in the correct way. But it has not. And to ride roughshod on the council, on the citizens of this community, is simply wrong. I mean, the government of Vietnam, gentlemen, and I'm sure you're aware of this, they just sentenced a female environmental activist to 9 years hard labor in prison for simply reporting that they had dirty water. So to see this conduct, once again, outrageous. Outrageous. So tread lightly, gentlemen. Tread lightly. Because this community, once again, will be divided if this project goes through. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Terry Raines from Westminster. I come before you again tonight with the utmost respect and empathy for you as veterans. I sent an email to Chair Lay, Vice Mayor Hong, and Member Nam Tan sharing concerns about tonight's meeting packet. Why are there only 3 design images in the packet? When Vice Chair Hong displayed one side of the base at your November 16th meeting, I specifically asked him to explain what the text on the sides would say in both languages, and he replied he was going to work on those details later. There has been a lot of discussion about putting the lower than division levels emblems on the sides of the base along with the battle story in both languages. Yet, until an hour ago, there is just the same tiny image of one side in the agenda packet. There appears to be a symbol and maybe 5 blocks of text, but there's absolutely no explanation till an hour ago of what that text will say or any emblem shown. The full design, including all views of the base, must be presented via blown-up images for this committee and the public to review in detail. And then everything must be voted on by this committee before this project goes before the Community Services and Recreation Commission or the City Council. Until all design elements can be viewed up close and studied by all committee members and the public, and a formal vote is taken by this committee on everything, this project cannot advance any further, period. So this committee must meet again to do just that. On the base front, I only see 3 emblems of American forces, yet I see 13 for the South Vietnamese forces. Are those 13 all major divisions and above? Even after repeated requests, the Vietnamese veterans here have refused to clearly identify and explain what each Vietnamese emblem represents. Furthermore, it is just plain wrong to have the Vietnamese text and most of the Vietnamese emblems on the left side of the base front in front of the American flag, and the just 3 American emblems and English text on the right side of the base front in front of the South Vietnamese flag. Remember, you want to place this monument on American soil. All American references, emblems, and English text must be on the left side of the front base in front of the American flag, and all South Vietnamese references, emblems, and text must be placed on the right side in front of the Vietnamese flag. At the last meeting, Vice Chair Hong stated he would create a final design with the changes he talked about verbally. After that meeting, though, a majority of at least 8 committee members, plus Councilwoman Kimberly Ho and Garden Grove Councilman Fat Bowie, continued to discuss even more changes via private emails, another blatant violation of the Brown Act. I have repeatedly, and now the city attorney has reminded you, that this committee was established as an advisory board to the City Council and is governed by the laws of the Brown Act. All committee business must be done publicly in these meetings. with no council member involvement. But these rules continue to be violated over and over again. It also appears the Vietnamese speaking committee members coordinate ahead of time, either in person or by email or phone, as to how they will all vote. This is known, as you heard, as serial meetings, another violation of the Brown Act. At your last meeting, you formed the fundraising subcommittee all over again, but you'd already named 5 members to serve on it at your very first meeting in October. But you subtly replaced Sando, appointed at the first meeting, with Chan Nguyen, without so much as a mention of the first meeting's formation. Now, I know most of you don't understand how government works here, but this is exactly why this should not be a city project or a city committee. In general, I support the project, but I do not support installing it in any city park, period. And you know what? The community agrees with me. The Vietnamese, the Hispanic, and the Caucasian alike. Parks exist to provide convenient open space access for all residents of all ethnic groups, of all age groups, from all walks of life, to enjoy relaxation, family fun and celebrations, team sports, and other recreational amenities. No one wants to think about war and death while out having fun in their local park. This includes our beloved Vietnamese refugees and their families. It is like shoving a PTSD trigger and devastating loss of country right in their faces when all they want to do is enjoy some fun and recreation in our park. The War Memorial at Freedom Park is beautiful, symbolic, and unifying. It provides a solemn place to remember and mourn the war, but it should have stopped right there. Instead, Freedom Park was cluttered with more foreign monuments, and some not even related to the Vietnam War or America at all. At all. I am sorry your native country does not exist anymore. But this is America, and when you took the oath of citizenship, America became your country, or it should have. Our city has the 3rd lowest per capita parkland in Orange County. Westminster residents will not tolerate losing any more precious park space to foreign monuments, period. This monument should be built on private property along Little Saigon's Bolsa Avenue, along with a Vietnamese visitor center and/or museum, in conjunction with the city's Little Saigon Blueprint for Investment Plan, to create a true Vietnamese cultural district and worldwide tourist destination that we can all be proud of. Thank you. And I would like to request 1 extra minute from the committee, if you'll grant it, because you submitted late communications 1 hour before this meeting. So I would like to be granted just a very brief, less than a minute. Are you in agreement of granting me that extra minute?
Propose to grant her another minute.
Yes. I vote for that.
Anybody oppose giving me an extra minute? Okay. I obviously don't have anything prepared, but I am really upset, I'm going to share with you, that I get what I've been asking for, and Mr. Harrison and Mr. Gomez have been asking for 5 weeks now, the text on the side. I literally got it when I walked into this room, and at first glance, I can't even understand it, and I'm pretty good at English. It looks like it was a Google translation or something of your Vietnamese original. It does not even make any sense, and I can't begin to digest and edit it on the fly here tonight, nor will Mr. Harrison or Mr. Gomez be able to do that, or the staff. So while I appreciate it finally got to us, it is not something that can be voted on tonight because it needs to be studied. This translation is horrible. It makes no sense in English, the grammar, the phrasing, everything. So I hope that you will agree to have another meeting and give us all time to digest this and give you the proper English, because that matters. This is America where you're placing this monument. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Okay, move to the next item. Okay, first is the second one is the approval of the minute. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second. What?
We'll do roll call vote. A motion to approve the minutes from November 30th. Sun Shi Do?
I would like to ask, what is the motion?
Motion to approve the minutes from the
Approve.
November 30th
Okay.
meeting?
Yes.
Conrad Gomez,
Yes.
Sean Nguyen,
Yeah.
Chi Van Tran, Tan Kai Hong,
Yes.
Paul Sao Van Lee,
Yes.
Nam Tran,
Yes.
Ngoc Bu Phan,
Yes.
Man Kong Van,
Yes.
Robert Harrison.
Yes.
Motion carries.
So the next one is the unapproved business. Let,
Mr. Chair, do you have anyone want to present the latest design to the committee? Do you
okay,
have?
so
do you want to
go
show
to the new
latest
business, so
image of
this
the
one, okay. We work on the last 3 months and everything on the, like the content, everything we fix already. And that one is today, I want to, the final, to agree with on the committee. The first one, we put the picture in, and then when I will show you what we, all the content will not change, but just only in order to the monument looking good, we just only move some phrase to the, in the center, move to the side. Okay, let's put the, please put the picture in, and then I will show you right here. Okay. That can help you to have one to put it in, and then we can. Okay.
There's more here, Jay. There's more big paper here. More piece, okay?
Oh, right there. Okay.
Oh, that's a typo. 7.
Wrong.
Yeah.
See that one right there?
Okay. So look good now. Okay.
Which one?
The last suite is the monument on the top of this is Tổ quốc kia. That one will not translate to the English, but you know the title of the tượng đài tái chiếm của thành Quảng Trị 1972. That's one in Vietnamese, and the English the retaken of Quảng Trị Citadel 1972 monument still keeping over there, but in the bottom of those is in honor of the Republic of the Vietnam Armed Forces, American, Allied, and the people of Quang Tri who make the ultimate sacrifice in the retake of Quang Tri 1972. In the bottom of those, the bottom of the retake of Quang Tri, we move in the side. We move on both sides to the square. You will see the square right there. We move the side. One side the Vietnamese and one side the American. That's one we moved in order to looking good on the suggestion a couple people in suggestion for that, we do that one. It's looking very good, and I want to have a motion to agree with this, okay? So that's the one, okay? And then in the side of the back, we list all of the, of course, it's the logo of this on unit participant in there already, but in the side back, to have the Vietnamese and English list on the unit participant into the battle. And then the history of the battle, 81 days, okay? And from start to the last one, to have to raise the flag in the November 16, 1972. That's the one, okay? So I want to have the, okay, of course, the content is not change. Content in there, not change. Just only move a little bit in this side in order to looking good only, okay? So I want to vote.
May I have a comment? Okay, I had some more additional comment in information about this monument. Bob Harrison and Terry Wren have a good idea that our English version must be moved to the left side along with the American flagpole. That's a very good idea and look very nice. I appreciate that. And that way, in honor of the Republic of Vietnam Armed Forces, American ally, the ally in just ALLY, not ALLIES, that's the right English, because just only American ally, not the other like Korean or Thailand or some other force involved in this battle. So that I rejected Robert. So that box, square box, must move to the left side, and Vietnamese version
To the right side.
move to the right side along with the Vietnamese flag on the right side. It's a very good looking and very good idea. So the final is a front face. Everything keep the same. Just move the square, English square, to the left, and the Vietnamese version square go to the right. And also we correct American ally. It's not allies. Okay, and I want to say that because on the left side of base wall, it's not enough space to put all the information contained too many pages, 24 to 50 pages information about the retaking Quang Citadel. I just summary very important information and necessary information to put on the wall. And the other additional information and necessary and truly history information will be researched and collect, and we will add it on the back of the bay wall in the later, because we had too many months, up to 10 months from now to September 16 on next year, 2022. But we need today the final approval for the Citadel depiction, and then we have enough time to build the status, the monument, and then other information we will add it on later. I think it's not much, but minus, very, very necessary and important information will be added on later, from now until the summer of 1922 or next couple months after the holiday season.
Okay, great.
I always appreciate all the your comment and your idea that made the monument look more beautiful, more respect to all the American ally and also Vietnamese soldier, civilian, Quang people who certified for this battle to retaking Quang citadel in 1972. So I hope that today we go to motion and to pass depiction and design. With that, we have enough time to go to make statute of the soldier and also the monument base. Thank you very much.
Yeah, before the comment, we have to have some idea.
Okay, when we first started, it was supposed to be as historical correctness as it is. But a few members have taken to listen to its leadership and say retaking. That's historically incorrect. And also, I'm glad that the word ally is being used. The 3 American insignias there, I'm having a hard time understanding which they are. If you could explain it to me, I see to the very right is the Air Force. The one in the middle that's in brown, what insignia is that? What American insignia is that?
You're talking about this one, right?
Yes.
This is Ranger. What is that? Can
It's the Navy.
Yes. We had had more insignias than just 3. The United States Marine Corps was involved.
No, that is the Vietnamese.
Is that a United States Marine Corps insignia?
No, that's Vietnamese.
That's what I thought. So where's the United States Marine Corps insignia?
At the,
There was a total of what I saw was right around 8 to 9 American groups that were there. If you want to use the 7th Air Force, you have the Air Force. If you want to use the 7th Air Force, which was in command of the battle at Quang, then you should put the correct division, and the correct division is the 7th Air Force. And next to it, you can have the insignia of the United States Air Force, because the 7th Air Force commanded all. And I noticed in your writing, well, there are more. I just can't believe that you're just going to use 3 American insignias when the impact of the American air power and the United States Marines helped win the battle at Quang Tri. We have to understand that it was the South Vietnamese military on the ground, the U.S. air power on the top. Between both of them, they achieved victory against an overwhelming military adversary, the North Vietnamese army that had conventional weapons from China and Russia. This was not a typical Vietnamese battle. This was like a World War II battle. Many tanks, many this and that. The North Vietnamese did not have any SAM missiles to shoot down the B-52s because they flew up as far as 30,000 feet. They were the ones, the B-52s, started the battle. They were the ones who prepared the battlefield for the Quang Tri battle. As the airborne units came in, as the Marines, Vietnamese Marines were brought in, the battle was started by the United States Air Force. And what I read here, you have what? Maybe half a page or a little bit on it. And by the way, what is this, where is it here? It says 200, I lost sight of it here. 77th Pacific Squadron. What is that? There was no 77th Pacific Squadron. Why is there so many errors? That's what I'm asking. And you want to validate this? We need another meeting. That's what we need, because there's too much. You are saying that the Vietnamese army won the battle by themselves. That is incorrect. It was teamwork between the South Vietnamese and the Americans that won the battle at Quang Tri. And you can read it in any book that you want. And I reviewed numerous books. And there even an article that I had posted on my Facebook, because it happened to be, after I was nominated to be on this committee, it happened to say, and this is not me trying to hurt or offend anybody, the article said, if it wasn't for the United States Air Force and Navy, Vietnam could have fallen in 1973 if Quang Tri had been lost. The impact of the United States air power was substantial. It caused great disarray with the North Vietnamese. They did not expect the full might of the United States air power. And the great sacrifice that the South Vietnamese soldier did on the ground, he had tenacity. He fought hard. He was brave. But in order for him to take the city, he needed the help of the United States air power. That's my comment.
Okay. As I know, is the American RAF not participate only in this battle, just only for the Air Force?
Okay, you are correct. We were up there, you were down here.
Okay.
And together, we smashed the North Vietnamese army.
Okay. Can you answer
Okay,
him?
you know what, because I just focus on the two major units, Vietnamese Airborne Division and Vietnamese Marine Division. Two forces attack and retake Quang Tri Citadel. The other division like Vietnamese Ranger, Navy, and artillery, and some other like Special Force, 81 Special Force. I do not, and I did not include in this too. Only two major divisions, Vietnamese Airborne Division and Vietnamese Marine Division, who attack and fight and retake Quang Tri Citadel. And, but I also already include 10 American Marine advisors who attend 3 weeks with the Vietnamese Marine Battalion to get the support fight from Navy and from Air Force of American 7th Fleet and American Air Force units, and the other forces help the Vietnamese to retake Quang Tri Citadel. I include on that in my article.
Well, my comment is that what we're forgetting.
But to many other, like American Airborne advisor to our Airborne Division, I do not include also because I don't have space on that left side or the right side of the base wall. So, but I just talked with Robert Harrison. We will sit down and work together, and we'll add more necessary and important information on that battle to retake Quang Tri Citadel. This is just Quang Tri Citadel, not Quang Tri Province or Quang Tri Town. Only Quang Tri Citadel. It's more battle. In that, only two major units, Vietnamese Airborne Division and Vietnamese Marine Division to do that. No other people. Vietnamese Ranger, Navy, Special Force, it's not included in this one. And about the major logo in here, that I just said the other last meeting, we just include the American Navy, American Air Force, and 7th Fleet Carrier to support, to fight, and to help us to retake Quang Citadel. But I had to include that one.
Okay.
On the other small unit belong to American Air Force or American Navy, it include into the 3 logos. Include in the 3 logos. Vietnam American Ground Force is not involved too much, only advise us to get fire to support the artillery and the bomb. That's it.
Okay, I'd like to add some discussion.
Yeah.
It's not right to have 13 Vietnamese logos and 3 Americans. There were more Americans that contributed. And I looked up, again, the picture's not clear and everything. You've got a good, clear picture now. But I was looking up some of these patches for the Vietnamese. There's a Ranger patch. There's an artillery patch. There's a regional force patch. There's a Division I patch. I feel that each patch that's on here, we need to have the proper identification and name of what that patch represents. We talked about division and above being on the front. I don't know, again, I'm not totally knowledgeable, but I'm seeing things that aren't clear. And they don't all look like division and above. And in the beginning, we were to identify honorees on the American side and the Vietnamese side. And as we went forward, it seemed to be using the concept of division and above to perhaps exclude some of the Americans. Again, you got a Ranger patch here, you got an artillery patch. We had a U.S. Marine Brigade that started the battle with a diversion at my Kua Viet River. And again, I apologize. I'm just trying to get this thing to be fair. And there were 2 U.S. Marine helicopter squadrons that brought the South Vietnamese Arbans into battle and out of battle, and the airborne. And one of them went down with 45 people killed. We need to, we're going to put this on American land in an American park, and we need to recognize the American contribution, and it's not just 3 patches.
The comment, and I'll say this right now. This is from what I have seen from this committee, you have already, I get the feeling that you have already pre-planned everything, that you really didn't want us. You didn't want Bob, you didn't want me, because the first committee was all Vietnamese. Then you decided to have 2 token Americans in this. So at least you can say, hey, we had Americans there. Yes, 2 against 11. Do you think that's fair? And you have, in the city of Westminster, a 5% veterans. And I'm sure there's more than 1 or 2 or 3 Vietnam veterans and Vietnam era veterans. So to me, it seems to me there was some pre-planning before this committee was even started. And that's the impression I have gotten. I came in here thinking that we were going to work together. I have seen that we're not working together. The word retaking, over and over again. We got to keep saying it. It's the wrong word. But one or two of you get up there and say, it sounds good. The proper word is recapture. Just like the word, it was not allies, it was ally. And if it wasn't, again, I will not stress to you enough the impact of American air power on this battlefield. We didn't use cannons, we didn't use infantry, because we had been pulled out of Vietnam already. It was the Air Force coming in from Thailand and from Guam and from 4 to 5 aircraft carriers. So all along, I have felt that Bob and myself have been running up the hill, this ice, that we didn't have a chance ever getting our thoughts in. And that's how I feel. Thank you.
I have a comment.
Okay, I had another another word that let it. You see on the paragraph in here, I include 10 U.S. Marine advisor, a command by the Major Chief of Staff, Gordon Kessler. The 10 advisor with the Marine Division directly to advise and to involve in the fighting with the Vietnamese Marine Division to take in.
I understand your concept.
The citadel. That's why I include that one, no other. Even the Vietnamese Ranger, 1 division, and 81 Special Force.
In the 7th Air,
But
okay.
I did not include, I do not include until I work with Robert Harrison and you later on, and we added more necessary and important information involved in that battle, but it's not directly to the time we recapture the Quang Tri citadel. I want everything directly in that inside Quang Tri citadel fighting. It's not surrounding. Surrounding, we will put later on the back of the wall base. That I will discuss with Harrison and you later on. But now, you see on the left side of the base wall, we had no more room.
Okay.
Our many very, very directly fighting forces, but I do not include it too. Thank you.
Got it.
Okay, Bob, and let me add it up this one. Okay, the logo is not enough, but you cannot put all the logo in there because it's like the Air Force, Vietnamese Air Force. You have too many, at least about 10 companies involved in there, including my company too. But the couple of air crew is a shot in over there, but we cannot list it. Okay. We talk about like a company. I have a company. I have a logo company, and another 837 have a logo. We cannot put it over here. And some club create in America is at least about 100 of the club, okay, associate in here. We cannot put it, but we can list in the back, in the side, like Kenny say, detail. Advisor, everybody should be in there in writing. We cannot put in the front because we don't have a room to put it in the logo. But when you read in the back, in the side, one side of Vietnamese and one side of the English should be detail of those. And Kenny will work with you and Bob added up everything in there. So that's the one. Okay.
And I have another idea. I follow the Terry Rain and Bob Harrison idea that I will move 3 American logo in here on the right side, and also I move to the left side. That is good for you.
Once we take a look at it and see how it looks, that's when we can say, okay.
Yes.
We cannot say it, and then it doesn't come out the way we thought it was going to take. We need to see it. Until it is completely done the correct way, how can you really vote on it?
Yeah. I appreciate that Terry Rand and Bob Harrison give me a very good idea. All the American involved in logo and English version. I will move to the left side along with the American flag pole. That is good for the night. Thank you.
Okay.
Somebody wants to make a comment here.
Okay. Van?
Yes.
Yes, if I may, because I was directly involved in the matter, and I'm from the Air Force, and I flew A-37. So from the different point of view, I believe, strongly believe, without superior air power support from the US, we cannot take back that. We cannot win the battle. And for some reason, we fail to express the appreciation and also give proper credit to the American Armed Force that were involved. I don't think it's our intention, because our intention is to give the proper credit and give appreciation and remember all the people who sacrificed. There is people, there is soldiers that fall during that recapture. However, a lot of effort and a lot of people that is not present on the battlefield to support that, especially the support from the American Armed Force. So I believe that what we should do is properly give credit, and we may not know who exactly involved, so why don't we just ask two gentlemen here to help us and to show that what we should put and who should we give the credit to, instead of we dictating the monument and say that this is what it has to be honored. So if we agree, we should make a motion to make sure to give at least part of the space there, so Bob can properly give credit to the American Armed Force. And also in the way that we see in many descriptions here, that we say American Airlines, and it's not American Airlines, American Armed Force involved directly. When you say airline, that is from the point of view of the Vietnamese people, but this monument is not for just to remember the Vietnamese people who sacrificed, but also the American Armed Force, not the airline. So we have to use our English based on the two spoken English people here. Probably it's a little bit late, but I also believe that we should say that recapture instead of retaking. It is more English appropriate than retaking. Because when we retaking something, it's more physical than the recapture, and recapture is more sentimental. So, but again, I may not be that good in my English anyway, so I surely should rely on you guys to help us with it.
I'd like to continue here. I said it before. I think that every patch on here, I would like to know the proper name and the unit of it. Every one, and you talk about Vietnamese ARVN Airborne, Vietnamese ARVN Marines. They were the blood on the ground. We're limiting the U.S. to Air Force, Navy, whatever, and I'm not sure what I'm seeing with all these patches, because again, they don't look like all divisions, and when I looked them up, it wasn't stated they were a division. I'd like to start out with each of these patches having a proper title name that goes with them. And then we want to involve our American patches to get the American side honored.
You talk about the logo, you put the name in on, that's one you want?
Yes.
We don't
The
have,
proper name,
we don't have.
the one with number 1, it's the first division, I think, whatever. But I don't know, I can't find some of these others. So I don't know what I'm voting for.
Okay, son.
Okay, I have some comment. First, thank you for the group, come up to this point. You have a lot of work, a lot of efforts to come up to this point. I'm so appreciate, whatever you have done for this monument. And I'm happy with I see the police logo here. Actually, we call the national police. There are so many different kind of police, special police, water police, field force police. And in this battle, so you transferred about 300 field force police officer, and they come into the citadel, and look like none of them come back. Why that? So, under the command of the 1st Regional Armed Force, General Quang, the Joint Tactical Force drove out more than about 30,000 of invaders back to the north, and left behind more than several thousand bodies. Many of them with their legs, arms were chained to their machine guns. The gunmen had a slogan, born in the north, dead in the south, AK Sin Bắc Tử Nam. At 12:45 p.m. on September 16, 1972, the 6th Battalion of the Vietnamese Marine straightened up the Vietnamese national flag on the top of the Quang citadel as shown. So please show that, okay. So who should be honored? The Joint Retaken Tactical Force includes Marine, I saw it, Airborne, yeah, this is in the base, Ranger, Special Delta Force, with the support of Vietnamese and U.S. Navy's Air Force and local Vietnamese Armed Force, Police Field Force, local semi-armed force. So I saw all the logos listed there. And those forces are well deserved to be honored with the element logos to be engraved into the front of a monument, such as, you can see that, first regional armed force, the big number 1 there, Ranger, Marine, Special Delta Force, Airborne, support element of Vietnamese and U.S. Navy, 7th Fleet. See, it looks like this one. Airborne, B-52, Green Beret, and local Vietnamese Armed Force, Police Field Force, local semi-armed force, and so all the fund base and additional element name are listed, will be listed on both sides. So statue monument will be represent patriotic symbolism, sense of responsibility, loyalty to the country, serving the public interest, showing the compassion, look like the way we are doing right now. And the most important is to express our thanks to more than 8,000 unknown Vietnamese soldiers who ultimately sacrificed for Vietnam, and more than 20 U.S. advisor heroes who sacrificed for the world freedom. This depiction will be a martial temple. So it looked like a temple here. That will represent a home for our fallen heroes. Includes 8,000 Vietnamese soldiers, 2,000 Vietnamese civilians, and 20 U.S. advisor. So we will call this is the home. Welcome home. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's enough. Okay, we accept on the suggestion, and we will figure that one. And right now, I want to have a motion to vote the final in order to submit to the city. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, the motion.
We can't make a motion to approve because there's too much dissension.
Right. May I speak?
More work needs to be done.
I agree that we should not vote today unless that we know exactly what the logo is actually mean from what division and what we should put on it. We should delay this meeting, this voting.
So everybody want to delay this one or no? Let's vote it. Okay.
Yeah, we would like to vote with some modification, like we swapped both sides from Vietnamese and English, and some more modification of the force on both sides.
We just got tonight, an hour before the meeting, the verbiage to be on the left side. Can't comprehend it. Need to evaluate it. Don't want to be making a vote on something that I don't know. I can't comprehend.
If it's going to be a historical monument that we as a committee take great pride in, then we need more investigations and more clarity, and we must be able to see what is going to be built, the way it's exactly going to be. When you show us the picture of the way it's going to be on the left side, on the right side, on the back, and in the front, that's when we can vote to say yes or no. But not now. There is too much dissension on this already.
You say the investigation is a what item, what thing you need to investigate, and everything in the website and everything we can read it already is okay. Which one you want to get? But investigate, we already investigate in 3 months already. We do, and this today is the final. That's the one. Okay, and you say cannot vote, cannot motion to vote today. Is have a reason. And this one we accept it on like to move the the Vietnamese in the right side and move to left side. We already fixed that one already. And just only one. Okay, remember, just only man unit to participate in the Quang paddle only. The small unit, we will write down in the back, okay? In detail, we write like advisor, American advisor, everything we write down. We cannot put it in. We cannot put in the front, the logo. We don't have it. We don't have time. We don't have the space to do that one.
What about the United States Marine Corps pilots that came in and flew in the South Vietnamese military into the battle? There was HMS R, I believe, 163 and HMS 164.
Yeah.
What about them?
Okay. I think
America
that,
should not be regulated to the back.
I think all the major information already in here in the monument. So the other minor additional information, necessary important information, will be put it on later on the back of the wall base, include with the casualty at the both sides, our side and in the other communist side also have to be lead or the casualty or supporting unit. And directly and indirectly supporting unit will be listed on the back, even from brigade and also the company and the other smaller unit, we will list on the back of the base wall, and we work it out. I don't think that is the major information. That's just additional, but we had to put it on. We had to put it on. We don't have the space on the right and the left side of the base wall, so we had to list on the back. Also, English on the left and Vietnamese version on the right, on the back of the base wall. Include everything. I don't think we forget something later, and that we work it out with Bob Harrison and you and some other people involved in this fighting to detect Quang Citadel. I will not forget. We will not forget any small, medium, or higher level unit. We do not, and we will not forget. We will list all of them. But I don't think on the left side and the right side of the base wall can list all of them. I think so. That's why we need to vote tonight and to move on, and then we had a time to build the solar status, because we don't have much time left. We build the solar status at least 7 months to build that 5 solar status.
Okay,
The depiction and display cannot wait for us to work things out later. We need to have the final depiction and display, all the wording on the side, and all the patches determined before we move it on to City Council. And I mean, I would think that some of the minds are already made up, and even if we met later, Conrad, me, whoever, America needs to be recognized.
So I have a small discussion about the logo here. So I understanding Bob Harrison and Conrad about they want to push more for detail, unique, American unique in the monument. Understanding, because we discussed this problem many times. So I think they think very good. So after we thinking, and then we search on the history for the Quang battle. So and then we read on the book everything. So the American airport help for the battle very much. Thank you very much for help us. But if we just thinking like this, we see on the front of the tattoo, we put about 17 logo there. 18 logo, something. So too much put in there. And then I want to explain like this. So, you know, Vietnamese division logo, so under division, they have 4 regiment logo. Under regiment logo, they have 4 battalion logo. So if we put all detail on there, we have hundreds the logo there. So after that, we discuss, we can put a little bit on the front, good title, and then we put another one, right side, good to tattoo, or the left side tattoo. In the section history, we put everything over there. So that's fair for everybody. Fair for American, unique joy versus battlefield, Fairchild, Vietnamese, folks, joy versus battle. So I think every unit need to put left side go monument or right side monument only. We just put the name, the unit were there. Thank you.
Okay, Bob and Karen, in 1972, before the Paris Agreement, all American allies should be there, okay? And we don't see, I'm sorry, like a Korean, Australian, and a Philippine, New Zealand, a lot of the, ally in there. And if we put in a little thin in over there, someday they will complain and say, why I'm not in there, logo not in there. But in the side, we will lead it on them, okay? We will lead on them. The logo in over here, first of all, we don't have room. Second one, if we put it in, we had to put at least 100 logo in there, okay? And we don't know what it is, So, and Bob said I had to write out the logo name, everything over there. No, I don't think that's one. We can have it, that's one, okay? So right now is I want to make a motion, okay? We want to delay or we want to vote today. So first of all, I want to vote today. Who is second?
Yes, I do. Yeah, because look like we don't have time. Time is running out. We need final. I mean, actually.
Just say yes or no, please.
It's not a question of time.
Yeah, we need the Depiction, so we can go for the fundraising.
We'd rather to spend more time and make it correctly, but we
Yes.
cannot just push it through. Because this will last forever. And remember, the next generation or the generation after that, they may not know exactly what this logos mean, where these people come from. So I'd rather to spend more time.
Okay, so you want one vote? Okay. Kenny is 1 second, right?
Chair, can you clarify the motion?
Please clarify the motion to see what we vote on.
What is the motion? Like to vote tonight or to?
To vote to delay or to vote to vote today, to motion today? Who want to do? So I'm clarifying. Okay, we want to vote the final today or we want to delay? That is the motion.
Yes,
Yes,
second.
when we say or, then we're gonna say yes.
It's hard. So let's just make one motion. So it's just clear. If that motion doesn't pass majority, then we can go with the second.
I make a motion to delay.
Okay, so who want to vote today the final? Okay, who is second?
I am second.
I'm second too.
So
Let me try to that. We have one motion made by committee members, Bob Harrison, about you want to delay the vote. So does he get the second on that?
Yes.
So he said a second. So let's
I'll do roll call vote
let's do a roll
on
call on
Quang.
that. Let's do a roll call, and if it doesn't
And then
pass, then we go to the next
yes.
motion. Is that okay?
Please.
So the motion, can you say this motion again, Bob?
I would like to make a motion to delay approval of our depiction display because it's not ready and we have too much dissension. We need more time.
Okay, and then Conrad, you second?
Second,
Okay.
Yes, I did.
And we go ahead and take the vote, and then if the motion pass or not pass, and then we move on to the next one.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to vote on delaying approval of the depiction. Roll call vote. Sun Chi Do.
Yeah, we don't have time. I vote no.
Chan Win. No. Conrad Gomez.
Yes.
Chi Van Tran? No?
Yes or no?
No.
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Yes.
No, yes.
Here.
Yes or no?
Muốn delay hay no?
Yes or no? Delay, yes or no?
No, delay.
Delay.
No. Okay. He said yes.
He not,
He said delay or he said today?
he don't want delay.
You want delay, yes or no?
Ông Mỹ ông kêu là delay thì trễ lại anh yes or
No Vietnamese, English only.
English.
English only.
Cũng không.
Yeah, English, please.
He said no
The motion
delay.
is to delay
Yeah, no delay.
the
He said no.
approval.
Anh có muốn trễ không? No.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Tan Kai Hong?
I wouldn't know because it's just in the minor change. I will correct later. I wouldn't know.
Paul Saw Van Lee?
No.
Nam Tran?
No.
Nak Bu Van?
I said no.
Man Kong Van?
I say yes.
Robert Harrison?
Yes.
Is that it? Yes, okay. So
Motion
motion
failed.
fails.
May I make a comment?
That's the chair.
May I make a comment?
Okay.
This is why exactly I knew we would fail. Bob and I already knew that we would fail walking in the door because there are how many of you and how many Americans? How many? There's no way possible that we had a chance to win that motion because of the number of Vietnamese. There's not an equal number of Americans and Vietnamese to do this correctly because the Americans and Vietnamese fought together at Quang Tri and won. But since there's only Bob Harrison, myself, and gentleman over there, that we can only get 3 votes. Only one Vietnamese was willing to side with the Americans. All the rest of you already had your planned agenda.
I'm sorry, Conrad. This is the committee. So we joined the committee member here to make the decision for every item here.
It should be fair, though.
Yeah, sometimes you have understanding, everybody here to explain for committee understanding. So
Well-
when they understanding, and then they make the decision, and then they say yes or no, depend on member.
When a deck is stacked
so,
against you,
I think sometimes I agree with you some idea, but sometimes I don't agree with you some idea. So that we come in here, we make the decision, we vote for the major people here, or people don't agree or agree, depend on the member.
well, as I've mentioned before, you never wanted us here in the first place.
I have a comment. We vote for the issue because this the Depiction is almost like a 90% is done already. So we need a modification, minor one. So whatever you want to input, so that yes, because we don't want to take another 2 weeks or maybe more for this reason. And right now we need the monument to be approved so we can go ahead and for the next step. That's why we don't want to delay.
Doesn't make it right.
Okay, and the one thing I want to mention, okay, Castro, the statue is take too long, and the next one is we had to do the fundraising and the construction, a lot of things we need to do. Of course, we had to do everything is right, but it's a time, it's a very limit. And that's the reason why this is a little thing, not a big thing, okay? The statue is a big thing, okay? The cat statue is a big thing. And the meaning of the monument is that's a big thing, okay? It's a one logo in there, or we missing one logo. We still have writing in the side. Each one have writing inside. If you read it, okay, Kenny will write out everything, every single thing, even advice, everything should be in there, okay? Like I say, if we put the logo in the front, at least more than 100 logo in the front, and a little thing, nobody can recognize which one is the one, okay? So let's move it on, okay? So that's one is they make a motion to the final, right there, okay?
Yeah. I will be the second.
I go second too.
Second?
Son.
Son.
Okay, man, okay, so.
And the motion was to approve the depiction.
Okay,
What is a motion? Can we have it clarify, make sure that we have everything captured in that motion? I think the committee agreed to move the English in front of the monument will be to the left, go along with the American flags, and then the Vietnamese going to the right side, as well as the correction of the American ally, or did you talk about armed forces, or just American ally?
okay, the ally should be one.
The first thing is Bob Harrison and my friend here that we use the American ally, it's not allies.
Right, but so is that
the
okay with
other
ally or
American armed force?
We could, after reconsidering of what was mentioned, the American Armed Forces, since there was the Navy, there was Marines, there was that, forces would be appropriate.
So that would change to American Armed Forces?
Yes.
Okay. And then also, I want to make sure to clarify that, are we doing anything in the back of the monument, of the wall, of the base? Because we were discussion about listing more information or units in the back. Are we doing that still, or continue?
Yet additional necessary and important information there are too many more units, and also the casualty of the both sides will be lit on the back of the base wall.
Okay.
And English always on the left side, along with the American flag, and the Vietnamese version on the right side, always, even logo also.
Okay.
I will do that before we submit and present to in front of the City Council meeting.
Okay. All right.
Completely.
So is
I
that
work
okay
with,
to
I
be
work with Bob Harrison and my friend here, and you correct that one.
So is that okay to include it with the motion, Mr. Chair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And is that okay for you to second that motion? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so a motion to approve and move on with the noted changes that Jake mentioned. We'll do a roll call vote. Sun Chi-do,
Yes.
Conrad Gomez,
No.
Chan Nguyen,
Yeah.
Chi Van Tran, Tan Kai Hong,
Yes.
Paul Sa Van Lee,
Yes.
Nam Tran,
Yes.
Ngoc Vu Phan,
Yet.
Man Kong Van,
Again, no.
Robert Harrison,
No.
motion carries
Okay.
7-3.
All right. Okay,
Move on to the staff report.
let's see then. Okay, unfinished this one.
The new business.
Mr. Chair, can we move on to the new business?
Okay, move on to the next one is let's see, the new business over here for the monument location. We already agree with that already?
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the last council meeting, they disbanded the Monument and Memorials Committee and reassigned those duties to the Community Services and Recreation Commission, excuse me. So the monument location recommendation will go to Community Services and Recreation Commission for their approval or support
Approval.
at their next meeting.
Okay. So, and then after we, the city council approved the drafting, the final already, we start to move to the next one. A lot of things with next meeting, we have to do like a fundraising, and we are talking about the, construction of the base. Okay, that's one is on the next meeting. And up to now, I don't know is when we have next meeting until the city council meeting. And maybe in the next one is maybe the holiday. I don't know when they have the meeting.
I think the first meeting pretty much going to be in January, so hopefully it's early in January.
Okay.
They do have one meeting on January 12th, but
12,
we
right?
have a quorum for get earlier date. But they were talking about very first meeting in January.
January 12?
January 12.
12, but they were talking about they might get quorum for earlier than January 12th. So
Maybe earlier, right?
yeah.
Okay, after the city council meeting, and then the week after that, we decided to have the committee meeting, and we think that we'll do press conference after that one. Okay, and we
We have to discuss about the press conference. I believe the city manager addressed that all the press conference have to go from the cities, from the city, not from the committee.
Oh, okay. So after we had to present the final to the
council.
To the council.
The council,
Then we start to, okay, so that one.
So the final depiction will go to city council, and the location recommendation will go to community services recommendation.
Okay.
And it's likely those will go to council separately.
Okay, okay, so separately, okay. So I think we need to present the final thing now here to the city council, right? Is that?
That was the motion that we just approved, correct?
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
That shows city council certified for this design and depiction.
With the noted changes.
Yep.
Yeah.
We present it to the council whether they approve or not. That's that's up to the council. But we will present what the committee approved today to the council.
Yes.
And you already submitted the recommendation on the location at the previous meeting, but because that other committee was disbanded, it will go to community services and recreation.
Okay, right, okay. So anything else today we need to cover? Anything today we need to cover, Jack?
No, I think that's all. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so that's one fundraising. The fundraising, according to, up to now, we have a tax ID already, and then we can do the fundraising, but the subcommittee is not ready yet, so it's still next couple of days, next week we will do that one. Okay, we will do that one fundraising. That one is more important too, Okay, parallel with the construction. Okay, we do that after the city approve the final division, final everything, and then we can do it. Okay. That's
And
the
those
one.
subcommittees meet separately.
Okay, it's separate, right.
Yeah,
Okay, separate.
Just
Okay.
clarifying.
Okay.
Okay.
So, that's it, Jack?
Move to
Everything?
adjourn?
Okay.
You gonna adjourn?
So, as it's done, I want to close the meeting today. Thank you very much,
Okay.
everybody. Thank you.
Adjournment at 7:41.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody.
Okay, thank you, man. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for all. I wish good luck and good health.
I apologize that I never introduced. So we have Vanessa Johnson. She's an interim recreations, community service and recreations director. She's doing the duties for Diana Dobbers right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, can you work with Bob a little bit on this one? Okay? Okay. Thank you so much.